I think.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Absent? Vince Lett. There was no decisions made in closed session. A recording of this meeting is being made and shall be kept for 30 days for public record. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Mr. Sutherland, would you lead us, please?
Hand on your heart. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. I am here. Robert Insulet is here. Sonny Hepburn is here. Adrian Rendon is here. Justin Wright is absent. And Ms. Finch is not here. She's absent.
And move to approve the agenda.
Motion by Brent Hepburn, seconded by
I'll second.
Rendon.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
4 ayes, 1 absent. Cadet Corps awards and presentations. Mr. Wallace, Captain Wallace.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody for supporting, as always, Cadet Corps. And we have some adult awards that were given at a conference, but we weren't able to do them there. So Major KL offered to come and present the awards here. And I just want to say we're very thankful for all the amazing people that are part of our program that are in this room. So thank you for your support, and let Major Cahill present these awards.
All right. In fact, I'll have you hand out this, well, just after I read them. So there's something we do. So for those military in the room, attention to orders. Rise and stand in position of attention. Yep. The military department in the state of California would like to present a California Commendation Medal to Staff Sergeant Matthew Keys. Let me get the, okay, yeah, we'll do one at a time. That's good. Headquarters, California Cadet Corps, the meritorious service during the period of 18 June through 28 June 2025. Staff Sergeant Matthew Keys went above and beyond what is expected of a California Cadet Corps member to ensure that California Cadet Corps 2025 Leadership and Advanced Camp Encampment mission succeeded. He was instrumental in the success of the event. He is a valuable resource to the state staff, and he exemplified service before self. His actions and leadership reflect great credit upon himself and the California Cadet Corps, the California National Guard. Permanent Order 179-25 by order of Michael J. Smith, Colonel, CACC, commanding. This is the second one of the higher awards that was given for Matthew Keys, who there were a number of people that helped us with our night watch duty, but he stepped up and was there, the first one to arrive at every shift, the last one to leave at every shift, handled all of the medication through the middle of the night for cadets, handled all the keys, lock boxes, security. Really, I cannot tell you how many compliments that we had, and I say we, from this area about Matthew Keys at this event. So I'll let you hand that to him and let me pin it. So this can be worn on your dress uniforms, but today it's going on this. This is actually a real military award. These are military awards by the military department. So that is for you. I'm sure your grandpa will know what that's all about. Good job. So proud of you. Okay. All right. Master Sergeant Johnny Padilla, front center. Attention to orders. The military department in the state of California are awarding the California Commendation Medal to Master Sergeant Johnny Padilla For meritorious service and exceptional support, Master Sergeant Padilla distinguished himself during the summer encampment 2025. Master Sergeant Padilla expertly led battalion cadets while promoting unit morale and cohesion. Master Sergeant Padilla fostered a positive and professional environment, leading by example. His dedication, initiative, and leadership in the overall success of the battalion and directly contributed to the unit being selected as honor unit for the entire summer encampment. Master Sergeant Padilla's professionalism, selfless service reflect great credit upon himself, the California Cadet Corps, and the state of California. Permanent Order 17904 by order of Michael J. Smith, Colonel, Cadet Corps, Commanding. That's him in the wrong uniform. Again, you will get to wear that, and we're starting to get your uniform together. We got to get your dress uniform together. Great job. So proud. Okay, Captain Beth Padilla Morton, front and center. The military, attention to orders. The military department in the state of California are awarding the California Commendation Medal to Captain Beth Padilla Morton. For meritorious service and exceptional support, Captain Beth Padilla Morton distinguished herself during the summer encampment of 2025. Padilla Morton expertly led battalion cadres while promoting unit morale and cohesion. Her outstanding organizational skills ensured safe and effective movement and unit and training execution at the highest standards. Her dedication, initiative, and leadership were integral in the overall success of the battalion and directly contributed to the being selected honor unit for the entire summer encampment. Captain Padilla Morton's professionalism and selfless reflection reflect great credit upon herself and the California Cadet Corps in the state of California. Permanent Order 17903 by order of Michael J. Smith, Colonel, Cadet Corps, Commanding. Pin this to your shirt. Congratulations. Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for letting us do this here.
Before we go on, thank you. For everything. Okay. Transfiller, finder, stop finder. Okay. Somebody give me a presentation. Huh?
Yeah.
It's presentation.
This is this is the question that I asked
For the buses.
for the buses.
Okay.
You want me to stand down there?
You can sit right there.
Okay.
So I didn't do a presentation. I don't really know what you guys want to see, so.
That's where we're at, basically.
So we have gone live with the stop finder for our parent apps. We still have some hiccups and still working through those, as it is new, not just to the district, but it's also new as well. But so far, like I said, we have hiccups, but it's been going good so far. I don't have a lot of parents that give me feedback, but the feedback I do get has been positive. So it's just trying to get more involved and get more feedback with what I'm working on right now.
And what is the tracker thing that you've got going?
So Stop Finder is a parent app. Parents can download it. They can see when the bus is going to arrive, how long, it's like a map for your parents. They can see the bus, it's a little bus icon that's on there. And once the bus leaves the school, they can kind of follow where that bus is. It kind of, it's going to give them maybe a delay, so they don't actually see it right when the bus is going to get there. That way it's a little more of a safety feature. But the parents can see when their students are going to be there. They have a little Google or a Geo alert that will alert them that their student has to be 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away. That way they are there for the bus.
Now, I have to ask, every now and then, as I'm driving to work, I'll see a bus sitting on the side of the road with the slashers on, empty. Are they waiting for the time to go pick up a
Yes.
stop?
Yes,
Okay, that's
They'll be
kind
there.
of what I was thinking. They're giving the students time to get there before they get there.
no, those ones, instead of coming back to the yard and then kind of back out, that's where they would lay over.
Okay,
That makes sense.
that's what I was kind of,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, but I thought
Yeah.
I'd ask.
But if it's within their geo alert for the parent, they would see that the bus is here, and so they'll be, hopefully get to the bus on time and not miss the bus.
Are you asking for feedback or is
I
there an
am asking
option?
for, no, it's always something I ask for. And if I have a parent who calls and say, like today I had a parent call and say, it shows that my elementary student should get up at 3:00 instead of 2:00. So I looked it up and those are the hiccups that I don't see. Because on my end, I see a 2:00 drop off instead of 3:00. So I want to see what you guys see and that helps me to better, I guess, try and like get around the device.
Is it, the student might have like a after-school program?
That one I
or-
haven't gotten to because it's a mission.
Right, because it's a new system, obviously.
It is, and I'm the only one working it, so it's, I have to do it as I get to it. And it's not as easy as, well, of course, I never thought it was gonna be easy, but it's a process. So once I get the first process settled, where everybody has the same info that I see, or I'm seeing what they're seeing, then I'll go to that next step. For like, we got Academy starting up, and I was like, especially for our little ones, we have ELO, sorry. However you say it, but it helps them to be able to prepare for those kids to get off the bus.
And to my understanding, it's a manual process, so like when the students get on the bus, the drivers have to check them in.
They don't. So, if their student is assigned to that bus, they'll get alerts. Now, they will get an alert once their student pings onto the bus as well. So if it's their bus and they're assigned to it, they'll get an alert that their bus is 5 minutes late.
Right, so when the student gets on the actual bus,
They're supposed to be able to scan on the bus, and that's where I'm having a hiccup is all of our students are showing up knocked down. And so that's something I troubleshooting right now.
have we talked to these people who sold this to us?
Yes, and that's what I'm working with right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they say?
Well, on Friday, we had, some kind of rainstorm, and that's what they're,
Maybe.
yeah. They're kind of, pinging it on, but we're working on getting that troubleshooted.
I'm curious, have we reached out to Dan or Sean to maybe help guide us through this process
No,
with the
because,
hiccups?
no, because they don't really, deal with the transponder or the route finder, the product. And I know they got their hands full. So, no.
So when was this implemented? It was
The stop finder was implemented this year.
like,
I think it was like a couple weeks out of school, yeah.
and so you said that there's a path, so do the parents have to all download something? in
Yes,
order
and
to-
their student has a bus pass, and I sent them a request or an invitation to sign up for it.
And then how do you know if they,
I have it's a database that'll tell me if they've accepted it, and I can see all of them.
and is that like pretty high or? is
Uh,
still-
It's still not, and I'm still paying it. I have only about 300 subscribers out of 1,700 kids that have active bus. Wow.
And so I have a question. So, I see like the buses stop and they put their stop sign out and flashers are going on and everything. They will keep the stop sign out and create a ridiculous line of traffic. So are they waiting for all of the kids to be seated before they
They
put
do,
the?
that's how it works. So the law states at all times, while we are loading, stop for the purpose for loading and unloading, that those have to be out. It's like
Yes,
a vehicle code.
public work.
I take a different route. I'm like, there's a bus, I'm going this way.
So we are waiting until they get to their seats, make sure everybody has a seat and seated, and then they can deactivate.
Okay. And so you said when they get on the bus, it just like somebody notifies it or do they scan in?
They would scan their bus pass, and it will, the driver So our bus passes that you might know don't have the pictures on them no more. It's on the tablet. That way it helps if they lose their bus pass, their information along with their identification is not out there, but it is shown on the tablet.
Question again. I'm assuming we're paying for this?
Yes, ma'am.
Have we paid already?
Yes. Yes.
And it's still not running smoothly?
Well, I went live with it in August, so I'm still troubleshooting.
And is there anyone that can like come out, like when you're, I know obviously like with a new system, there's a learning curve, you gotta figure out, work out the bugs and all the things. But is there someone that they can send out to assist, or are they
Everything-
helping you?
Everything is, all my training has been online. So they're based in New Jersey.
Oh.
So there's no courses.
So they can't fly out?
No.
Okay.
And it's pretty
Well,
much,
they could.
they
Why
have
not?
Jersey time, so they're emailing me at 5, but I'm up at that time, but I have to troubleshoot those things.
So the last meeting, you had mentioned that things were not like ideal with this, right?
Because of all the big ones, yeah.
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 Once we get through all that, then it will be fine, but it's hard when one little thing messes up and it kind of like a snowball.
It is.
Yeah.
Big time, yeah. That's the experience.
And so if you were to have the choice to continue,
With Route Finder, no. Not with, no, I wouldn't.
Did we at all pilot this prior to buying it?
No.
Is there a resource that, like another employee that can go her way for temporary to help her out? Like if somebody really tech savvy that can help?
Well, that's why I suggested Dan
Yeah.
or Sean.
Is there anybody else?
Yeah.
Because I know how much she does. She worked great with me when I was here. I know how much she does. I can't even imagine adding this to her plate, but yeah.
My concern, Desiree, and we'll talk tomorrow, is they don't get to drop the ball in your lap. Because we're the customer,
Mhm.
Right,
they don't get to drop the ball, so
Yeah.
I would love to talk to them.
Do you know how long our contract is, Robert?
3 years?
Oh, dear.
Oh, well,
yes.
guess what?
We need to make this
You may
work.
not get those 3 years.
It's,
Tomorrow.
and I appreciate that, because the reason why I wanted to know what's going on, because, again, we talked a little bit last week, and I'm sorry I missed, who I was really talking to, but that happens. Because I remember back when we were looking at this, I'm laying in a hospital bed, and everybody here is kind of, what's going on? And you sent me the information that I looked at. It's something that I'm really glad to see that's out there. But for something better,
Yeah.
we need to start planning now to go around it.
The way it laid out, it looks like a really great system.
Yes.
It just, if the implementation that they're not following through to help us out.
Yeah.
There's an issue there.
Yes.
And maybe it needs to be a
I like the
requirement
idea
of a
that a
school to
student
help the
should be-
parents get enrolled.
Use it as
That's fast.
bus pass on and off, because now we know where this kid is
Yes.
at all times. So I like that idea. It just, if,
Doesn't work.
when it doesn't work, it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
it doesn't work.
And I understand, because I'm dealing with software issues at my place right now. Every time the state does an update,
Everything
oh my
goes
God,
wrong.
talk about messing everything up. I got a printer that's printing like 30 copies every time I want one.
So, but keep us informed on where this is going, because it'll help us down the line on making decisions. Being, as I said, when I looked at it, I like the technology, and I think all of us like the technology, because it's great to be able to know if a child is on a bus, or he didn't get off, or he's back there sleeping or something. Those are the things that we need to have and keep mom and dad. I'm a little disappointed in that we don't have enough parents signed up to
Yes.
keep that. Dan, maybe we can get something out to all the parents from the, basically from our perspective, that we request that parents get this done. Probably won't happen, but
Yeah, they probably got a few messages there.
so, but, you know, but, you know, we gotta keep trying, because it doesn't really work very well if we only got, what did you say, 300 kids, something like that, and we got 1,700?
Some might have multiples.
Well, just,
They're just not.
Yeah.
Yep. So Desiree, am I understanding that it's not working well because we have a minimum number of parents, or is it just not working well?
It's just not working.
Right,
Okay,
so we don't
so
wanna
I
bring
see,
up, we don't wanna bombard more
We
parents.
don't
with
wanna
something
bring
that's
more
not
parents,
working.
Bob, until we iron out the
Yeah,
problem.
That might be
I agree.
yeah.
Let's sort it out with this test group that we have of this.
Test group.
It's really a good test, but we need to get a message out to the company that, hey, we're not happy.
Yeah,
Get it done.
exactly, for sure. Do
That's
we
what
have
we
like a window of like, hey, you guys aren't fulfilling your end, or the service isn't working as it should, or it's more of a manual process? Some way to either have them fix it, come out and do something, or give us our money back. Or let us out of the contract.
And I say, if it does what it does, then it would work. You know, and it's good, like, if the parents do sign up, then they're not calling the school, they're not calling the yard when we're all out driving and getting mad at us because they can't find their kid. They'll be able to see if their kid is on that bus. So if it were to work, then everything would go great. It's just the small little software issues, or, you know, and it's very small. But then, like I said, it's just a snowball effect.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yes, once one thing happens, it kind of.
Yeah.
Because I like to know if I could just stop, I only got 3 kids I need to look out for versus I'm waiting and waiting, okay, know where other kids are going. It's nice to see what kids are gonna be at that stop, who's supposed to be at that stop. It's nice to see if someone gets on and it pings red, so you're not taking Brighton's friend to the house with him. They'll tell him he doesn't belong on this bus, and then you can find out where he goes. You know, because I had a middle school 2 years ago, I did the Baptist route. Asked him where his stop was. Oh, it's a shop with a bunch of trees. I'm like, all right, let's go. That was before we had all this. He didn't live on Bacchus. He lived over here off the 20th. So he went for an hour ride because he didn't know where he lived.
That's why we're trying to get the technology to help us here. That's that. So, yeah, if there's anything going on, please, in the future, just come in and give us a little brief on what's going on so we know where we are status-wise and so forth, so that when it comes time to make decisions. And
So you're not having to deal with it on.
yeah, definitely that, because that's their responsibility to make sure it's working. So you can go back to them and say, the board says, get it done. Or else.
Either that or cancel the contract and give us back our money.
Oh, yeah.
They have one chance. And it's a snowball.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
RTA.
Everything's been going well. We're getting ready for fall cards, which will be great in about 3 weeks. Teachers are smoking and staying. Some of them are feeling burnt out, and I think we're all on the same page with that as to reasons why. We need everybody to come to work and stuff, but other than that, we've had open communication, and everything's been going well.
Thank you. CSEA.
Lots of business moving forward. We wrapped up 3 MOUs. So hopefully our unit will be voting on those. That way we could start flying some ELOC positions, instructors and coordinators and things like that. So overall, we've been, having good communication with the district, moving business along. I believe tonight on our agenda is our initial proposal, so we could start our negotiations. And that way we could get that done, much sooner than later.
All right.
And then tomorrow is National Custodian Day. So I want to give a big shout out to all of our custodians in Southern Kern Unified and across the state of California within SKUSD. Custodians are such an important part of our school district. Without them, we would just quickly fall apart. Doing, initial maintenance jobs, vacuuming, cleaning, sanitizing, just every day, dealing with stuff that a lot of us probably don't want to. Every time I hear a radio call and it's like, hey, there's, feces over here and vomit over here, I'm just like, I'm so glad I just have to deal with boogers on computers.
Just that, okay.
That's another video I needed.
I didn't need that.
So truly a big shout out to all of our custodians and all the difficult work that they have to do day in and day out. And that's all I've got.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
CBO, Robert.
All right, I was going to follow that. First of all, I'd like to say, since we don't have a student board member here, thank you on behalf of the high school to a lot of our folks that we've worked with in the past for construction, HPLE, Medallion, Flowing, and Moody for their donations to the high school athletic program. On behalf of the high school, Suresh is gonna nod at me, much appreciated. Yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks, a lot of meetings with Gary that have been productive, so that's helpful. We got MOUs coming, they're starting to look at long in the negotiations. Construction is continuing. We are in the RFI period for the locker room. The contractors have walked the site. Now they're submitting their questions and everything else. Bid opening will be on the October 14th for the locker room project. And work continues at West Park. At the middle school, there's also work happening. There's always work at the middle school. Seems to be the way it goes these days. And I think that's about it for me.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Instructional and Curriculum, Dr. Mendez.
Good evening, everyone joins us in person and also online. Congratulations on the recognition there for Cadet Corps recognitions and for the awards and the work that they did. I'm going to share out that we've had Dr. Wetzel continue to work with our elementary teachers. That's West Park and Roseman Elementary School. She's been working with the teachers, continues to focus on high priority standards, essential standards, and then learning progressions as it pertains to mathematics, English language arts, and then also looking at an assessment. So just some of the components that Dr. Wetzel is working on. She's also worked with Tropical Middle School, the 6th grade team, recently. And then we had Solution Tree Associates today on multiple sites. So they've been working with the teacher teams as well as with the administrators. They've also been focused on the 4 questions in terms of professional learning communities. What do we want students to learn? How do we know that they learned it? What are we going to do if they didn't learn it? And what are we going to do if they did learn it? So everything wrapped around those 4 questions there. All the work and the collaboration that is ongoing. And then we continue with academies, reading and mathematics at all school sites. We had a Region 8 meeting today that focused on ELOP as well as attendance recovery, just some of the topics that they discussed. And that's through the Ventura County Office of Ed. It was through Zoom, but they help support various counties, and they go over different topics related to like ELOP as well as attendance recovery. And then we're going to be exploring more options as it pertains to mathematics, math adoption in the future. The state came up with a list of approved mathematics vendors, so we'll have to narrow down the large amount that were approved. We have to narrow that down. And then we'll collaborate with the administrators, teachers to select the the curricula that we're interested in piloting, and then they're narrow the focus even further. And then recommend to the board once cabinet, parents, Ms. Gaines, myself have an opportunity to review as well the teachers to pilot. More importantly, the teachers to pilot and see their feedback. What are things that they like about the curriculum? What are things that maybe they wish they could see in the curriculum in terms of maybe online resources, materials, the layout or the layout of the curriculum. Some of those topics that we'll address as we go through the mathematics curriculum adoption process. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Special Education and Pupil Personnel. Ms. Taylor, first off, how are you doing? You're getting there.
I don't know, I can let you know next week.
Okay.
Okay, well, hello, everybody. I want to start out by also congratulating the cadet corps who received awards tonight. Matthew Keys, big congrats to you getting the top award. That's extremely impressive. Custodians, thank you, all of the custodians. You make all of our lives better and make our jobs easier by having you, so I greatly appreciate you. Gary, you need boxes of gloves. In our department, I got notification today that we received another $30,000 on our CYPHI grant. And today starts our October month of bully prevention month, for those of you who don't know. Our Hope Squad on each campus, our Hope Squads will be doing activities to promote bullying prevention. And our lead school psychologist, Ruth Saucedo, sent out an email to all of our staff about Character Strong. Character Strong has a whole unit built into it all about bully prevention. So I strongly encourage you to ask your teachers to utilize that curriculum this month so we can have a huge presence preventing bullying. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Leanna Target. Sorry. She hasn't been around in a long time.
I'm a little taller than her too. A little. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, Mr. Keys, great job on all your hard work. To our Assistant Commandant, your Pidia, and Ms. Morgan, they did a great job over the summer. Thank you for all your hard work. I just want to give a shout out to the ladies in my office. They do such an amazing job. We have lots of volunteers that come into our office. They're always doing fingerprints and doing IDs, and we needed to get all the IDs out to all of our staff so that they have those to be at work, and that we have a new policy that everybody is supposed to be wearing their ID. So they just jump on board and say, hey, guess what, guys? Guess what we're doing today? And they just jump into it and get it done. So I really appreciate them. We continue to have a lot of certificated substitutes. So most days we fill all of our teacher vacancies. There's on occasion where we have one or two, but that is really great for me to look at. Certificated. We're still working on class size, but we're busy. We have lots of paperwork for all of our teachers, and some of our teachers that have come to us from out of state, they have to have paperwork to say, oh, I'm going to work on the CLAD. So it's a lot of paperwork, bringing people in, having them sign. So we just want to make sure that that HR is a welcoming place. So, I do welcome any feedback in that area. I want people to be able to come in and, feel comfortable and, if you have questions, they don't, just sit back and ask. So, so any feedback, about our human resources and how we're doing in that area, please feel free to let me know. We love y'all.
I was gonna say, I got some feedback. I think they're doing a great job.
You're all doing amazing.
And that's it.
Superintendent report, Mrs. Kane.
Okay, thank you. Well, good evening, everyone, and I too would like to welcome our parents and students who may be joining us from home. Last week, we had a visit from Kern County Superintendent of School, Dr. John Mendeburo, and a couple of his team, his associate superintendent, and I believe his administrative assistant came, and we were able to, he was supposed to be here for an hour, but we ended up having him for about an hour and a half. So we showed him as much of our Kern, Southern Kern School District as possible. He was very impressed with the CTE pathways that we visited at Roseman High Early College campus. He saw welding, he saw automotive, he saw composites, he saw the construction trades. Thank you, Mr. Bajnath and your team for opening your school. I really appreciate Mr. Riley and Mr. Eisensimmer and the teachers just graciously allowing us to disrupt their morning. He also saw our new cafeteria, which he really, really loved the new cafeteria, and he said that he would be sending someone to do a story and a video on the cafeteria, which was nice. We also cabinet visited Tropico last week. I wanted to thank Dr. Keys and all of her team and her teachers and staff for welcoming us. First place I always go, I have to say, is to the office of John Ferrandini, yes. And I could just spend my whole morning in that classroom because that advanced band, they are so good. They are so good, and of course they didn't fail us last week, but it was nice to be there and visit Tropico and see the 7 buildings still standing and everything. That was a good thing. Mr. Keys, congratulations. That's such an honor to receive, and I think sometimes we take things like that for granted, but I know that it's not easy for you to always be that person and oversee and work with the kids, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I too want to say congratulations to our custodians because, as you said, Gary, where would we be? I don't know without our custodians. I think sometimes we undervalue them, for lack of a better word. We take them for granted, I think, is a little bit like when Paul sends out an email, we have no custodian or something tonight. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do what now, where, when? So we do need to perhaps do a better job of appreciating them. And I'm really excited that I believe it's tomorrow. Mr. Mike Tenage, our new CTE coordinator, and I will be meeting with Mr. Greg Norman to begin getting a grasp of what the writing process is going to be for the new CTE building. We hope to apply to the state CTE funding for six of our CTE pathways, and we've been told the max we could get is $6 million a pathway. but you've got to really, really score high and get in early. So we're really excited to see what all of that entails. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me, except for I will present the, Mr. President, the attendance awards. And I want to say that I'm a little bit sad this month. There will be no most improved because every single school in the district went south. So I think that, I know that August was, our attendance scores were really, really high, but whatever we were doing in August, we really need to jump back on board, really reaching out to our parents, having those competitions inside our school campuses, and letting the parents know that there is a huge correlation between attendance and learning, and learning ultimately leads to test scores. I hate to talk about our junior class from last year. I don't know if they just took it for granted, but when I did the research on our junior class last year, their test scores dropped, math and English. And then when I looked at the data for the attendance for Rosamond High Early College Campus in last year, 24-25, the junior class also had the worst attendance. So you don't learn if you're not in school. So I think we need to really, really reach out, administrators, teachers, staff, and let our parents know that it's really important their kids be in school. As long as they're not sick, we want them in school and excited to learn. So our best elementary school attendance for the month of September, this is for September, is with 95.15%, but this is down 0.88%. So they were at 96 something last month, is West Park Elementary.
I will say, we are working really hard, but there's a lot of sickness coming up.
I know. I see all your welcome.
Yes, I'm bugging the parents.
Yes,
every week.
I see that.
I'm bugging you guys too.
Yes, and I'm a part of that information, those Aries things. I get them too. Thank you.
We're working.
And our best secondary for the month of September with 93.71% is Tropico Middle School. I don't want to give them that.
And we too are working on this. Thank you, ma'am. Immunizations in 7th grade. That was a big hit for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's always.
Yes.
Hopefully you're welcome. So, Mr. B, let the fight begin. There you go.
Last month I had it, don't forget.
Yes. But remember this, Mr. B, it's not where you start, but where you. There you go. Thank you.
Board member communication. Mr. Roberts.
News. Well, Rachel Hale, thank you for coming down and congratulations to the awards. One of the things we talk about a little bit every once in a while is getting your cadets to understand, to force out. Major Cahill, you almost made me stand at attention. Well, I worked for the military for so long, so you go around and you understand that. But congratulations. Okay, one of the things that we all know, we have this no cell phone policy, and I've asked Mr. Adams to send me some information. He gave it to me to the 30th of last month, and this is what I had. The amount of folks who are violating it is really low. I mean, it started off back on the 13th of August at 47. And then we didn't have any second or third or fourth offenses. And as we started looking, I think we've only had one fourth offense, two on the dates. So just to let everybody know that obviously this program is working and hopefully the students are learning. I'm hearing positive things. Mr. Adams is giving some comments, positive comments, but I asked him for writing, but as of today, he hasn't given me too much. And I'm not asking for names, but if Susie D says, I'm really glad for this, whatever, we'd like to get that word out. I'd like to get that word out to the parents as well, who are still on the fence about our program. It's working, and I'm glad that we did it, and I'm sure the rest of everybody here as well. So thank you, Mr. Adams. Mr. B, the Audiovisual Club. I think Mr. Taylor might be more interested, so let's start working on that. Because our audio systems are complete. Every one of them are complete. And now, and I get to pick on Mr. B because he was back there and he goes, I had to do all this to start off. And I walked in, I go, push this button and it had everything in sequence. And that's what they're doing. Same thing in Tropico. The only thing you have to do by itself is one of the amps. Yeah, we talked about it, we had fun. But I think the Audiovisual Club is gonna do you much better. And so forth. So we'll go with that. 2 weeks from tonight. And I'm already hearing some of the girls are all getting excited, ready to go. At least some of the girls I know who are playing. Powder Puff. We do not have a meeting next on 2 weeks on the 15th. We moved to the 22nd because of the homecoming week. So for folks who want to see some football, watch some girls play flag football, which we hope is a precursor to getting a flag football team here. It has really been a lot of fun. I've been helping out for the last 30 years, something like that. And every time around, we wrote the rules so make it less likely that the girls get to block or where they get hurt. We've done a lot of things to keep it safe for the girls. And I believe we're maybe one of two schools in the valley that still have that tradition. So we got to, if we keep it going, the girls love it. I'm hearing the trash talk already. The juniors won last year. They're seniors, and they think they're getting into the heads of the juniors. They're not. Don't get complacent, girls. Okay, that's basically all I have. So you're on.
Oh, Bob, I don't know if I can follow that. So like you said, Powder Puff is on the 15th, so that means homecoming is on the 18th, right? I see we're approving DJs and photo groups. The 18th, to the 18th.
Oh, the dance.
The dance.
The dance.
Yes.
Football games the night before.
So
Homecoming.
15th is Powder Puff,
Yeah.
and then the football game, and then the dance. That's a busy week.
Yes, it
Busy
is.
week, busy week. What did I want to say? I don't even remember. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna go help with those Powder Puff cheerleaders.
I don't know about that. Congratulations, Mr. Keys. Yeah, like for you to be there and do all these things and to be recognized, well done. I also want to mention that there is a movie night at West Park on October 10th. Also a PTA meeting. Yay! Come on out. I really don't know what else. Like, did you guys plant anything yet? Anybody plant anything? No? Anybody want some dirt?
I did find out that there's a seed library a seed library at our library. So
Okay.
you can go to the library and get 3 free packs of seeds each time you go there to plant.
I like this. Are we gonna plant them?
I don't know, but we have the seeds and we have the space.
Okay,
Start.
I'm gonna come with my tools and start digging up stuff and bringing in dirt and compost. We need composting, guys. Who's composting on their campuses?
I
Nobody?
bet you Tinich is.
I hope she is. I hope she is. Like, it's building good soil. It's getting cold out there. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you guys today. I really don't. I do appreciate the custodians. Tomorrow's National Custodian Day. That's wonderful. They are like the unseen heroes, honestly, right? I'm sorry about the boogers.
Traumatized all of us for the night.
It truly did. It truly traumatized us.
Wait, you see, you get to drive all the way home with that thought.
Yeah, it was
You look at every keyboard now.
Ugh, gross. Other than that, I don't know, guys. It's October 1st, and this year is flying by. So, let us know what you need, and we'll go from there. Yes? Okay. Here you go.
My turn. Okay, good evening, everyone. Keep this brief. Congratulations. Thank you for your presentation. I see your parents have joined, so you should be proud of your son and his achievements. That was great. I believe someone got some pictures, so you guys will have something. So congratulations, and to the other stepped out, yes. And thank you for continuing to do what you do for the school.
Thank you.
Ms. Castro, thank you for your feedback on the finders, I'll call them. If you can please keep us updated and let us know if things kind of iron out, which I don't really foresee that happening. But gotta be honest, I don't think it's gonna happen, and with only 300 parents. So try to remain positive on that. Oh, and Ms. Hargis, thank you for recognizing the help that you're receiving. Nice of you. I can do without your.
You're gonna have the same visual on your keyboard.
Yes. Honesty, that's great. Custodians, yes, they are the parents of the schools, and they are doing the things that we choose not to. And so hats off to you for continuing to do what you do. And thank you to all of the companies for your donations and pumpkins, and yeah, it's October 1st, so let's keep it going.
Thank you. Cadet Corps, you guys are always amazing. When you guys do the flag for us, your guys are just right on. Your competitions, from what I understand, every time you guys come back, somebody's got them work. So, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you. And the change in some of the kids that I've seen go through your program, it's impressive. So, thank you. All the custodians that we really appreciate it, even though a lot of times we don't tell them that. But, without them, I mean, we'd all be sick.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Good job cleaning up.
Okay. Let us continue on.
Yes.
Anybody have anything from the subcommittees?
No.
Members of the public, we have
Two.
Okay. Members of the public may address the board on any items within the jurisdiction of the board by submitting a presentation request to the secretary. Members of the public are strongly urged not to mention personnel by name and are reminded that they do not have immunity from legal action if personnel is named. The board may limit the speakers to 3 minutes with a total of 20 minutes per topic. And we have
Kimberly Ibarra Norton.
That'd be me. So my name's Kimberly Ibarra. Some of you guys know who I am, some don't. I'm a parent of several kids. Some of you guys have met my children. I'm coming to you guys to bring up some concerns. I came across to you guys 5 years ago, pre-COVID. This was during the time that we had a lot of cuts being done across the board. I came across you guys because of concerns as a parent of special needs kids. I have several kids that are on the spectrum. And one of the cuts was your severe behavioral program being cut and those students being intertwined with the regular population, i.e. meaning RSP kids and other kids that are on the behavioral path. And I had came across you guys asking what steps would be put into place for the students that were in West Park at the time, or Roseman Elementary, High School, or Tropico. At the time, I was told there would be things to help integrate these kids. And then COVID hit and we were shut down. Well, during this time when kids were allowed to be brought back into public education, it was kind of a hot mess. Teachers did the best they could. Parents did the best that we could with what was given. And it was kind of swept under, out of sight, out of mind. Like I said, everybody adjusted. We did what we needed to do as parents and staff and teachers, and had the best, I want to stress that, I have had the best teachers, best staff, all of it. Now these students that were pre-COVID, during COVID, that were elementary students, they've all transitioned into middle school and high school. Now we're kind of seeing where those implementations should have been placed when these kids were integrated in with regular population. Tropical is one of the schools that I have a student in that I have seen a lot of things that have gone on that could be changed. I was a student at Tropico. The programs that they have implemented are pretty much still the same. I'm not sure about high school. I do have a student, my student will be going to a high school next year, and I have been told by staff, parents, and students that things aren't changing or working in their favor. And I'll explain that. One of your guys' issues that you guys have in the structure with your guys' behavioral program for Tropical and the high school is at West Park, you are allowed to move a student. So say a student doesn't get along with said teacher or certain students that are in the classroom, we're able to bump them around. We can move them for an hour to another classroom. You cannot do that at Tropical. Can't do it at the high school. For special educational department, there is only one English teacher per grade. So you've got kids in 6th grade and they're on the spectrum and they have a certain IEP setup. Guess what? We're stuck with one 6th grade teacher. We can't move them around. If you have, say, a student, my student, doesn't get along with somebody else that's in the classroom that is on the spectrum, that is behaviorally high maintenance, you cannot move them. We cannot shift them around. So then what ends up happening is the teachers try to accommodate. Well, there's really no accommodations. I've talked to several people, and I'll use my son as an example. My son has had to sit under cameras to protect himself. My son has been placed in in-house suspension, not because he is a problem. Let me stress that out. My child is not a bad student. He is almost a 4.0 student, but that is for his safety. And when we talk about bullying, this is not necessarily outside of the RSP classroom or the special department classrooms, behavioral classrooms. We have inside bullying from the kids that are high on the spectrum with behavioral issues. We can't move them. Now, I understand why the department cut that program, because every child has a right to have an education. Every child should have the right to be able to be in a safe environment. I am not discrediting any of that. And I'm like, again, I'm gonna stress, I have worked with some awesome, awesome people from the district down to the crossing guards to everybody. I understand. Sorry. But I would like you guys to look at your guys' program because it needs to be addressed. So please, please, it's very important. Your SPED kids are essential. They deserve to have the same educational, feel safe in their environments. So if that could be something that could be addressed within Tropical and the high school, maybe restructuring the program itself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Edchen.
Mr. Shelley.
Well, I'm not representing, that's why I wanted to do it as a public comment. RTA at all.
Turn it around.
Just wanna- But there's a couple of things that have come up that, and I blame my wife for this because she was supposed to talk to you guys, but she got off to work, so. But I said I would do it. So there's a couple of things that came up. For one, I just wanted to share this with you guys. Sorry, the discrepancy in what we charge for pictures between our little guys and then when we get to high school is nearly doubled, which doesn't really make sense. And it really doesn't make much sense how we switch from basically, and I'm just gonna get, you see it, so from $15.99 is like the lowest package, so our parents can afford that, hopefully, to all of a sudden when you get to the high school, the lowest package that our parents can purchase, and I don't mean to be, and I know it's being televised and stuff like, it's not an issue for myself, I'm not trying to be, we have 2 working salaries and stuff, but I don't really see the purpose of all of a sudden we go from $15.99 to $50 for Williams Edwards. Well, I don't know why we don't just go with Life Touch. It's not, and I'm not talking about graduation. I'm not talking about like senior picture. I get that. Senior photos, do your thing, congratulations. But it just seems like, low income, and again, not representing community schools, but going to all these meetings and stuff too. We're trying to meet the needs of our community and charging $50 for a parent where I know for myself, when I was even at the sites, parents just choose not to do it. And it's a shame because a lot of our culture in this community is that they have pictures up all over the walls and stuff with kids. And it would just be nice if maybe we would reevaluate that. That's my first thing. My second thing, because I know y'all are gonna, there's a little bit concerning now of the charges that we're charging the students. So for instance, homecoming just came out, and I'm not trying to put Mr. B on the spot there. But now if our students buy tickets, they're gonna be charged an additional $1 to $2 a fee on top of that if they use their credit card. So, I get it. I mean, listen, but if you're already paying $15, okay, so I pay 35 cents to go to AM/PM as a charge on my credit card, or debit card. We're gonna charge these kids again, we're a low income community. $1, and not even a set price, $1 to $2 additional on a $15 ticket. We're talking what? 10%? We're charging them more for, so that's my second thing. I don't see where we're hitting the cost on our families. It doesn't seem to be. I did have 3 different topics, so. Because I didn't get to Ms. Gaines' favorite topic at the end, and Mr. Vincelotto probably loved me for that one. But the last thing is, I think we should also reevaluate. I was sitting with a family at a JV football game. My son plays JV football now. Shout out to him, not just joking. But a family paid $50 to come in last Thursday for the one game. And now I'm not gonna lie, they got there in the second quarter to come in and watch their kid play. $50 to come to it. With all due respect, and I said this last year. What was that?
Was there 10 of them?
There was 5 of them.
$50.
$10. Well, is that what it is? $10 a person now?
No, I feel like it's $5.
It's 5, yeah.
Okay, they said 50. I'm just so. But on top of that, 2 of them are district employees, and I'm not putting it out there. Okay. What happened to? And I'll go back to again. I'm using myself, so I'm using my name, so nobody will get mad. Employees got it free. So what happened there? I don't understand we want our teachers, and there's quite a few West Park teachers, and I don't looking at Kim here, but she goes to every game. We want to cheer on our students. Again, we want our community to come out, but it seems like we're putting barriers up there, that's all. Maybe just reevaluating that, because if you're a kid that, again, we're trying to get them out to sports, we're trying to get them to do all this stuff. And if it's gonna cost, I'll even say $25, fine. If you're saying, again, the parents at 50, maybe they're, and I said I was gonna bring it up, so I'll have to talk to that parent. But even 25, I mean, we're going, and that's all, it's talking about snacks, and then you wanna take the kid and stuff. I mean, I just think we impose the CIF charges, they don't, unless it's a playoff game. And I know that for a fact. We don't, the CIF does not impose charges, the schools do. I'm also aware that other schools charge more money. So, again, just something I just want to bring to your attention. Last thing, and again, different topic. And Mr. Vincent, you'll want to pay attention. Look at this, see, I'm finally hitting something on his radar. He's off there.
How old were the kids that were in them?
Oh, they're not.
Were they adults?
No, they're all.
Oh,
they all go to the schools. Yeah. No, not adults. They all go to the schools.
Okay, but how old are they?
Well, there's two. I think West Park kids. There's one.
Because they're supposed to be breaks for
student rate.
kids as
Yeah,
well.
like usually there's a student rate, a general admission, and a senior rate.
I can tell you, I for myself, I paid the same fee for all me, my wife, and my daughter. So that's not happening. I can just tell you that. I paid the same price for all three of us.
Was it $15?
My wife paid. Sorry.
See, now the truth
I was
comes
too busy.
out.
I was too busy talking to Mr. Bosnov, actually. While she was paying. So, but last week, I want to bring up, and this thing's not gonna like this, Mr. Isabella, girls flag football. So my daughter, we recently went to the night football game, right? So after the football game, here comes East Side at night, and they come out and they're all the girls are out there warming up and getting ready to play. And then Reagan, that's what I use her name too, but everybody knows that anyway. It's like, oh, cool, next year and I'm like, we don't offer that and stuff. And I know the concept has been, well, there's no way to play. We can find it.
Actually, if I can answer Mr. Shepman. Actually, Mr. Johnson and I've had this conversation, and Mr. Vincelet has certainly been pushing this. In our league, there is no one to play. However, Mr. Johnson has already made some arrangements for us to play some of the teams down in the Golden League and other leagues.
Right.
So it wouldn't be like a league competition until we get more of the central.
We'd be like independent.
But the girls would be able to play.
Right, so I just wanted to put it out there because, again, there's no secret to it. I'm trying to just keep everything like I said. And I didn't bring any of this up to this meeting for the fact that you know, our meetings with RPI, and I'm trying to mix it. But it's just something that I think, and you just mentioned too. I went to pick up my son last night from football practice. I mean, the girls that are getting out of it's, so now, will those girls come out for a whole season of flag football? I have no idea. But I just think if we had something to offer them, it'd be a cool thing. And I'd be honest, we stayed and watched a little bit. I mean, it's pretty cool. So just wanted to put it out.
Yeah, the one thing that we have to do that I have not done yet, I'll take the blame for this, is to fly the position or to ask Mrs. Hargis or Mr. Irving to fly the coach's position for the flag, or not for flag, yes, for the flag football coach for the fall, so they can start maybe practicing sooner than, yes.
Interest up and stuff, right?
So that's something we need to do.
It's just something that so that again, being also part of the community school and stuff, I mean, I think it'll help the community to just give the girls a little something to do too, so. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you for.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Mr. B. So the money that's made at the door or online, how they use that app thing to buy their tickets, where does that go? Does it go to ASB? Does it?
Everything goes through
It
ASB.
goes to pay for the referees for the whole year for all sports.
Oh,
football funds and all.
Basically all the money that's made in
Basketball
football
and
season
football.
and basketball season, and it goes to pay for all sports for the year,
Yeah.
okay, so that's
for
where,
the
Yeah.
reference.
And equipment,
okay, it
replacing
goes back. into the
worn-out
program.
equipment, it's
Okay.
society.
That's fair.
The biggest
They're always
thing is-
struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that people don't know, the CIF directed, because the shortage of officials now, a football varsity official, each one, there's 5 on the field for varsity, is now $148. When I first started, it was 50.
So it's way up.
So it's only within the last 3 years that they, because of the fact that we're so short up here, it's not even funny. I can't even retire.
So I know you said, but have we thought about going back to the cards for families?
That's a good question. One of the things.
Something to think about, that's all.
Yeah.
You purchase a card at the beginning of the year, and then you get into the game and stuff like that.
Oh, like a season ticket?
Yeah.
Right, but it was for Bozeman High School, right, you just got into,
Right.
except for playoff games and stuff, right?
There's,
Right, because then you would just get into the whole.
yeah, well,
I paid $10.
but some of the Golden schools are still charging.
Alright, which one do you wanna look for?
It depends on the school.
Let's get going. We got stuff we gotta get finished up.
Sorry, that's great.
Uh,
Thank you.
Consent items, A through M. Anybody have any questions on
I
any?
do. I have a question for item K. I feel like this is for you, Robert.
Yes.
For the PQ bids contract. I'm looking at it, so this looks like it's a 3-year contract,
Correct.
right? And then, this service would, tell us how it helps you.
How it helps us
Yeah.
is, for construction projects, we have to have qualified bidders.
Right.
And PQ bids, contractors, we've used them for the last several years.
So we've used them before.
Yeah, we've used them before. They look at the credentials, they look at the contractors, and they submit their financials, for 2 to 3 years, and company history, and job performance reports to PQ bids, and they basically go through and do the vetting process on behalf of the district, so that when it comes time for, especially the larger construction projects, so like West Park or the landscape at TMS, so these projects that, cross over, dollar thresholds into, we're legally mandated to make sure they're qualified to do that before we assign them this work, and then everything falls apart and we have no recourse because they came in as the lowest bidder, but, so we went with them, and they're a mom and pop that can't really sustain that kind of project. And then we find ourselves in a hole that we can't dig out of. We pay the contractor, and we gotta pay another one to fix that one work, and all of that rigmarole.
Okay, so is this a renewal or this is a new service?
This would be a renewal.
Okay, so it's a renewal. So we've
Yeah.
used them.
Yeah, we've used them for the last several years.
Okay, that was my question.
It's a good idea because working for the federal government, I've had to turn around, not only novate a contract, but turn around and actually take a contract away from. Because how, the government doesn't have this, but I wish we had, because it might have saved us. Good move that we accept.
Second?
Motion by Vince Lit, seconded by Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
4 ayes. 1 absent. Approved graduation and promotion dates.
Yay.
Yes, or these are just, Abraham Lincoln would be in the morning of June 3rd. Rare Earth High School would be in the evening, which has been the tradition. Roseman High would be on June 4th. And Tropico Middle School typically has 2 promotion ceremonies on the last day of school in the morning, an hour and a half or so apart. So these are the dates for the 2026 graduation and promotion ceremonies.
Wow. Move to accept.
I'll second.
Hepburn,
Yep.
seconded by Vince Lit. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now I can plan my trips.
Yeah. 1 absent. Accept quarterly report on Williams uniform complaint under Education Code 35-186. Dr. Mendez.
Yes, on page 82 of your board packets, you have the quarterly report on Williams uniform complaints. This is for October 2025, covers the period of July 1st through September 30th, 2025. And in the areas of textbooks, instructional materials, facilities, condition, teacher vacancy, risk assignments, we have zero findings to report out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I move to accept.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Vincelette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And what else? Approved change to contract to Medallion Contracting Inc. for the Tropical Middle School Landscape Project. Drainage and parking lot upgrade. Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, so as part of the original plan for Tropico's landscape project was to also improve the parking lot due to timeline and constraints of, if the parking lot's gone, it kind of creates a problem with the staff when they return. We did not move forward with the parking lot portion of that. As part of that scope being removed, irrigation to the oleanders on the north end of the parking lot was also removed. So this change order is for the installation and try to do asphalt concrete to the oleanders on the north end of the parking lot before they, shrivel up and die because nobody's watering.
I have a question for you, Robert. So I'm looking at this contract and I see that we're paying for subcontractors and then it's marked up 1.25% and then we're marked up another 10%. Is that standard practice?
Yes.
Yeah.
The joy of the
Mark up
change
on the
order
mark.
is, in addition to labor and material costs, contractors are able to charge up to 10% for their overhead costs.
Yes.
basically.
And they are.
Yeah, they are, yes.
At least it's limited.
At least, right, at least it's only 10%, okay.
Mhm.
I was like, that's crazy.
Okay.
Okay, fine, I move to accept.
Second.
Hepburn and Vincelette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes. Approve A to Z bus sales charging infrastructure proposal. Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, as the district makes the push to electric buses, this proposal is for the infrastructure portion of it, so once Edison has done what they need to do and all of that, so that, we don't plug in everything and turn out, the power for the rest of the neighborhood.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and, given our neighbors not wanting us to run extension cords to their homes, despite, so, attempts there that, this proposal is for the infrastructure for the chargers for the buses,
How many electric buses do we have or will we have?
And we'll still have
It's
regular,
helpful to have this right here tonight.
will you still have regular buses too?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they get to slow.
No, they
Sorry, we're not gonna.
They will be on that back road so we have
Stop at
four.
the charge.
That's gonna be an extra night.
On the
Yeah.
160. No, they
Yeah.
do have free charging at slow, the base, and Commander
Everybody's
gives
gonna
it
get
that.
this thing. At least now we're gonna stop and do charge.
The price on this infrastructure, 277,000. Is that being reimbursed by the grant money for going electric?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Just wanted to.
Sure, yeah.
Let the public know that
Thank
it
you.
is being taken care of rather than it out of our pocket.
I'll move to accept.
I'll second.
Vincelette and Hepburn.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing public comments for the California School Employees Association, CSEA. Approval of and reopen negotiations for the collaborative bargaining agreement. Reopeners sunshining program for 2025-2026 school year. This is game.
Yes, sir. If you will, the board will take a look on page 104, or easier than that, the very back of your packet is the CSEA's proposal that we are sunshining. There are 4 articles. Actually, we threw in another one that we both agreed on. So there's 5 for us to start very soon our negotiations. Hopefully the Southern Kern will sunshine our counter proposal. Our goal is by the 22nd, unless we do it sooner, but yeah, by the 22nd. So if you could recess and.
I will
open the
make
public
a
hearing.
motion to recess our regular board meeting for public comment. Seconded by Vince Lett. All in favor?
Aye.
4 ayes, 1 absent.
8:31.
Does anyone in the public have any questions about our sunshining proposal?
So we'll go back into close. I mean, open.
Okay, no questions. We're gonna go back to our regular board meeting at 8:32. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4 ayes, 1 absent. Approve the following list of personnel items. Does anyone have any questions on the personnel items?
I don't. Move to accept.
Oh, I'll second.
Motion by Vincent, seconded by Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Move to adjourn.
Before you adjourn, just want to update you that
We did some research.
GoFam, it is $9 admission.
Oh, so then it's for the students, it's $5 then,
And $6 for students.
$6 for the kids.
For our football game?
The homecoming game is, $8, I guess, this is a $1 fee. If you go on GoFam,
They put it $1.
$8 and $5.
Okay.
And
So 8 and 5, and then the processing fee online.
Yeah,
Will-
to do it online, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and close it, and I'm gonna give you a quick explanation on why they do that $1 fee.
Oh, no, I know why they do the $1 fee, I'm just saying. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
it is. That's-
Yeah, but they can.
Yeah, all credit card companies are trying to get away from the merchant paying for the fees and putting it back onto the customer.
Yeah.
I've been approached at my business a number of times, and because on the average, we're paying about 3% of whatever the bill is out of our pockets to be able to take your credit cards. So, which can, on a large bill, can get kind of expensive. So they're actually putting it back on the customer and raising it on your end. And so the merchant actually gets the full amount of their product.
Right, but you're in a business to make money.
Well, everybody is.
Yeah.
Well, the school is not, well, it's not
Yes,
supposed to
yes.
be for making money, but that money goes to supporting programs that basically don't have any
I
income.
understand that, but I'd probably rather you say the ticket was $1 more and not charge you the fee.
If you pay cash, you won't be charged.
Yeah.
Right,
You're right.
but you know what I'm saying, I mean,
Realistically-
I just think we're adding more charges to our families.
Well,
I
agree,
get it,
but
I get it.
I'm just saying, there's a reason for it, and it stems from the credit card company.
They're just having to have that was how we connected. They charge quite a bit. Well, but the parents wanted the option. If you don't wanna do it, then just pay cash.
Yeah,
that's the option.
So you're.
I agree with what you're saying, and I always,
Oh, you're gonna have
You know,
one.
Unfortunately, they do charge a lot, and there's no other company as of right now, or last I heard, that ASB could go through, that was the only company that would do the debit and credit.
Yeah, it's limited right now, maybe later.
Okay,
We'll-
who made the motion to adjourn?
Second.
Vincent, second by Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
8:35.
Yeah.
And then are we in a contract with you?
Rental Express.
We are